Hello, everyone. I would like to take time out and talk about mental health. Mental health is something that some people believe in, a lot of people do not. I know from my generation, a lot of people would say, just worry about it. Or it's in your head. Yes, it is in your head. We have to understand that, we do have physical illnesses, so why not mental illnesses? Our brain is working all the time. Sometimes we can have an injury or something that can cause our brain to not function correctly. We could be born with certain disabilities. We could have a head injury from a bat or a car accident. Anything can happen in your life that can alter your brain. So we need to kind of understand that this can happen. I do want to take time out and cover a few mental illnesses. First, let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is when you're basically in a situation where you feel really nervous and antsy and scared, and that's where that fight or flight situation kind of comes into play, and you try to navigate through it. Sometimes people need medications just to actually get through the day-to-day life because, the anxiety is so strong. They're really nervous. They're really scared. Um, let's talk about PTSD. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. This is something that a lot of people who are in the military in the war, they suffer from PTSD. One thing about PTSD is that sometimes you relive it over and over and over again. You're still in that war. Let's think about Hurricane Katrina. You had people on the roof of a house. They're basically to the point where they're drowning in their homes. That can be scary. If you overcame that, more than likely you'll have post-traumatic stress disorder because you might believe it's going to happen again. Think about the children involved in that. They live day to day with the fear when it rains that it's going to actually happen again. So that is something that you do have to go to counseling in regards to and really try to cope and understand that it's not, you're not living in that time anymore. That was in the past, but it's, so relive it and you relive it. You don't want to do that, but if you had to revisit it just to get better, go through that process. So lots of therapy in that area. The book also talks about obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. A lot of people would throw that out really loosely. I have OCD. Um, that's a disorder. Please understand that. When you have OCD, you're basically so obsessed with a certain ritual or a habit that your day does not go right unless you actually perform that habit on a day-to-day basis. For example, if you have a person who's consistently washing their hands, you're actually supposed to wash your hands when you use the restroom or eat or you're playing in the mud or if your hands get dirty, you're actually supposed to wash it. But you don't have to wash them consistently over and over and over and over again as to where your hands are raw. So that's not normal. That's not a great thing. And so you do have to recognize that you do have this type of issue and it should be addressed in order for you to function normally in society. Let's talk about hoarders. There's just disorder, believe it or not, for people who are a hoarder. Basically, they're attached to possessions that they can't get rid of, down to food wrappers or a piece of candy that was given to them from a significant loved one. What it is, when it's all said and done, because they have emotional attachment to each one of these items, they do not know how to let it go. And that's something that needs to be addressed. The show hoarders is real, and mental illness is real. We have to accept it, that some people do have these issues. We have to support them to the best of our ability and hope that they're able to navigate through this world. And I just want to recommend everyone focus on your physical and your mental health. Thank you.